Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we're going to be talking about Karmelo Anthony and him potentially being hit with hate crime charges, and the Trump DOJ is looking into it, along with as well that you have it with Sarah Fields coming out and saying that there is a involved fundraising scam to assist Carmelo Anthony, which is dealing with Chris Watts and Ann Crall. Mostly Ann Crall. Chris Watts is slightly associated, but not necessarily. And then a lot of fundraising scams going on over there. And you have this as well with Charleston White causing issues. So without further ado here, guys, we'll get directly into this with Benny Johnson pretty much going and pretty much saying that the could face Carmelo Anthony could face hate crime charges according to Trump DOJ, looking into the case. So without further ado, let's get into this.
I wanted to get your take on this. Just have you been read in on this case? There also seems to be a racialized element here. The way that Carmelo Anthony has been treated, for instance, released, allowed to graduate, family takes the give and go money and moves into a mansion. It seems like just a insult, quite frankly, to law and justice, as you know, this young man is now dead, that he stabbed and killed for, well, I'm not even sure. Absolutely nothing as far as I can tell, and according to all available footage, and it is on captured on camera. Have you seen any of that footage? Do you intend on monitoring or looking into this case?
Well, look, I can't really comment about that, but I will tell you that our model, generally speaking, is the DOJ will get involved in cases where there is a federal element to it, where local authorities haven't properly taken care of it. So I'm going to suspend judgment until we see the outcome of this case. You know, when minors are involved, there are different legal standards, and you know there are jurisdictional thresholds we have to meet in every case. But I'm looking at every case that I see. I'm online a lot, as you know, and constantly sending leads to my folks. We look at cases sometimes. This happened just today. We look at cases. I said, "Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Tell me what happened." We get a hold of the FBI, make sure they sit in on the interviews, and then the evidence comes back. And you know, my conclusion is that was a bad situation. It doesn't meet the thresholds for us to get involved under the federal statutes that we govern. So we are the Department of Justice, not the Department of Prosecution. So it is our duty as prosecutors to ensure that we are selecting the cases appropriately and doing justice. And I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Well, it's wonderful to hear, though, at the very least, because obviously justice for America.
Yeah, so this is not looking good. This is all something that is up in the air and looking to go forward to. So, this may actually be something that might be heading towards, but we'll see however this goes. All right, so we have this from Sarah Fields saying, notorious criminal involved in fundraising scam to assist Carmelo Anthony, the teen currently facing a first-degree murder charge in Collin County, Texas, for stabbing Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet. Now, these are the people in question here, all right? The guy on the left and the guy on the girl and the woman on the right. Technically, it's mostly just the guy on the girl on the left. She's doing everything. It just so happens there's a weird thing going on. This is Chris Watts. Chris Watts has been serving a life sentence for murders of pregnant Shannon Watts, Bella Watts, and Celesta Watts since 2018. On the right, meet Ann Crall, the woman who wrote love letters to Watts from her own prison cell. Amongst her own long list of criminal behavior, she was sentenced to 15 years after pleading guilty for faking her cancer diagnosis and coming $60,000 out of her church, neighbors, family, and friends. Ann Crall is from Highland Ranch, Colorado. Her husband, a police officer at the time, would have his coworkers dedicate time, meals, and assistance to her. Her neighbors reported that she would beg them for pain medications. The scam went on for 4 years until 2009, when she went under investigation by Lakewood Police Employees Agents Foundation. She then forged paperwork that she had a cancer diagnosis. Yeah, so it is not looking too great for already. Let's continue. It came to light that Ann had 24 charges of drug possession. She was arrested in 2008 and 2009 for fraud, counterfeiting, and controlled substances. In May of 2010, she was arrested for 7 counts of possessing, distributing, and manufacturing drugs. Her husband then allegedly to resign. Now, Ann was released from prison recently and almost immediately began committing fraud again. In March 2024, she was arrested for forgery, and in February 2025, she was accused of forgery and was placed on fugitive hold. After conducting a full background check, she was by far one of the longest rap sheets I've ever encountered in my career of journalism. Ann created a TikTok account called Nick Bella. The wife of Chris Waltz was carrying a baby named Nico, and their daughter's name was Bella. She named herself after the murdered children of Watts, which is obviously psychopathic. This is psychopathic, insane behavior. She is obviously not well in the head. She quickly infiltrated the Karmelo Anthony camp in April, claiming to have donated a large amount to the Karmelo Give and Go, and claiming she had seen this Frisco ISD security badge. She forged a fake Frisco ISD badge as well as a fake receipt to show her donation to the Give and Go. She became the main organizer of a T-shirt project that was being used as a fundraiser for Karmelo Anthony. Reportedly, there was a moment during a TikTok live where she accidentally turned the camera towards her face, and they were able to see that she was not the person that she claimed she was. This is when the Karmelo camp began to ask questions. During a late night TikTok broadcast hosted by a prosecutor named AFG Bayboy, she was exposed as Ann Crall. An individual reached out to Bayboy and tried to convince him that Nick Bella was in ICU and not expected to survive. Then, on Sunday night, Nick Bella appeared in the chat portion of a live and then promptly disappeared. It was also revealed that Ann Crall owns a LLC in Colorado under the name of Bella Mia. According to its source, the jerseys were pretty expensive, like $30 to $40, each depending on what you chose. They were going to have a number 6 on the back because that's his number in Carmelo. During Bayboy's live, the individuals began receiving cease and desist letters from Ann, clearly created by online sites and AI. An account on X that was just created a couple days ago has already messaged me threatening to sue me if I put out this story. Very unfortunate. They were promptly blocked. Background info and receipts are in the thread. So yeah, we have this here. This is the actual Frisco ISD badge, which is fake. And this is her. We're doing the supporter. I won't do the full video here. And then a clip from AVJ Boy live feed. She just says in real time to individuals on the panel. This is what she had to say about all this. I love sports, especially football. I'm originally from Nebraska. Music and my physical fitness is crazy important to me. I was married to a police officer, but we've been divorced for about 5 years now. Chris, I really don't have any expectations or hopes in writing to you. Of course, I'd love to hear back from you when you're up to it. For some reason, I find myself caring about how you're doing, so all I'm trying to say is that I'm here, whether you just want some outside conversation or to get out of your head for a little while. I'm here, and since I'll be released this winter. Yeah, so that's what she has here. And then it goes on to say here, without going into too much detail right now, I am sitting on a 13-year sentence for a financial crime and will see parole in November. However, my case was high profile, and I can tell you right now that the media makes the worst situations into hell. I think that's why I feel this connection to you, because the coverage and subject of you and your case has already made me feeling irritated for you. I hope that makes sense. I can only offer this advice to you, Chris. Don't talk to any type of whatever. And yeah, so yeah, this is the Bella Mia Designs LLC in Colorado, and all that stuff. This is all of her actual rap sheet, and this is her TikTok account, the Shopify she created, and her Facebook. And this is what we have here from Nick Bella, or the text message sent to make it appear that Ann was dying. Says, hello, this is Maria, letting everyone in her messages know that Pick is in the ICU. Good vibes and prayers appreciated. Oh my God, thank you for telling me. Please let me keep me updated and let me know if she needs anything. Thank you. They are attempting to do CPR right now. Please ask everyone to pray. Do you have an update? Is she okay? I was just checking her TT messages and getting ready to update everybody. Can I add you to the list on my phone? It's easier for me on there. So that's what's going on here. And notice the cease and desist. So yeah, fake cease and desist. So yeah, this woman is clearly unhinged and crazy. We have this here from Sarah Fields saying, announcement, the process has begun for my lawsuit against Charles and White and Tiffany Billions, aka Tiffany McDo. Charles and White received this letter on Tuesday. Tiffany's letter is still en route, and I will share it publicly once in her hands. Charles and White's instructions are clear. He is to immediately and unequivocally retract all defamatory statements he has made about me on all platforms, including but not limited to YouTube and X. Remove all related content that contains or perpetuates these defamatory statements from every platform. Issue a public apology. Cease and desist from making any further defamatory statements. He has 10 days from the date of the letter to comply. So far, all media remains online. TikTok, Mr. White. So yeah, that's what we have here. And on top of this, update to the charge saying White has never been challenged on the lies he spews on the internet. He finally messed around and defamed the wrong woman. His response to being sued is "bitch die," which you have this right here. So yeah, and it gets a little bit. He gets more unhinged here. He says he goes on to say, I ain't received shit. She's still lying, and again he comes over to here where he says F that meth 304 with a large black torpedo, and I don't think I have to tell you exactly what a black torpedo is in this context. So you, for the people that are smart, you can do it. You can just think of doing it. So yeah, all this is not great at all, and I can also tell you now that things are just not looking good for Karmelo Anthony in general, and it seems everything is just getting worse. Now, obviously, this here is a prime example that everybody that's been working or with Karmelo Anthony is quite honestly either as a ex-criminal or a very big criminal, and that seems to be the consistent thing here. But there's a little bit more that I like to show to you guys, where there's parents thrive. Now, this doesn't seem to be correct at all, because a lot of it seems to be fake. So I'm going to show this to you now, which this is here. This is Karmelo Anthony's parents facing fraud charges over $30 million mansion sale. Says Karmelo Anthony's parents facing fraud charges over $30 mansion sale. Karmelo Anthony's parents facing fraud charges over $30 mansion sale. Yeah, so as you can see here, a lot of this seems to be AI slop garbage, not true whatsoever. It seems to be the ongoing thing here. So a lot of this is just not true. This is all wrong. I mean, look at this. I mean, even like the thumbnails are exactly the same. So it's just more AI BS. So don't listen to whatever this is going here, because this is all garbage. But yeah, outside of that, we have insanity going on, and we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys up to date on this story when more comes out. But that seems to be it as of current. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like to share, and as always, take care, my friends.